And the item combo for this Yone just feels a little bit unfair. But we've got a teleport coming in as we are fighting for the crab. Slurkle value is kind of massive here as Ruler stacking up that passive. Kanavi might be in trouble now as we don't have the Tangle Barbs connecting. Watch Nico and Yunara just kill them. Oh no, the Slurkle comes down. Gumushi's going to survive. He is considering a dragon, but is spotted immediately. Canyon moving on over. They do know that he's in the area, and Chovy is back in base. Does have his Zerk Greaves.
He's gone all the way around, Canyon has here.
This is a bit sneaky. Wait. No, there's no way. He's not going to get away with it. Oh, he did it! Zekka's the one that locks it down as Canyon not even able to flash away. Emperor's Divide comes out, and First Blood will go over. Yeah, flashed over the back wall, he would have been okay, but wasn't able to get the bit of extra movement speed. As we're going between the worlds, Kanavi might be in a little bit of trouble. Does have the Crescent Guard as Zeus looking for the angle, goes all out as Canyon just dead again. And Kiin just wondering what the heck to do. Maybe waiting for Chovy is going to be the option there as he flashes. Does miss the Q. Gets exhausted here. There's that tech you were talking about. Does need to rebind, but Chovy is just dead and Kiin doesn't have the range. Kanavi.
He only gets 3 and they get the Herald potentially as a result.
Oh, now Delight holding onto his buttons, really wants to use that to try and go for an engage, but Chovy snaps back towards this Rift Herald, down to about 4,000. As we're going between the worlds, Kiin is still very dangerous, and Zeus just getting poked down. Kanavi steals away the Rift Herald, but it's a 4-man Pop Blossom from Juro. He finds the angle, and Kiin locks down Delight. Now Zeus going down solo. Emperor's Divide finds Ruler, but he flashes on top of Gumayushi. A gap closing as their ultimate. Are you insane, Ruler? And it's a double kill for
Working out. And the lead for Ruler is 2,000. Wow. As Chovy.
Yeah, Kanavi looking for an angle there. Does stop the ultimate from getting Chovy out of there, and that means that he's just dead. Kanavi. Oh. Well, let's see whether Zekka can survive as he does avoid the Vault Breaker, but that means that Canyon doesn't touch him. And so they will just kill this turret. Pop Blossom picks up Zeus as he makes his way in, and now it's 3 versus 1 for him. In the meantime, Yunara is taking a turret in the mid lane, and Zeus is desperately running.
Yeah. But the Yunara problem just gets bigger and bigger. Delight forced away here, forced to ult.
Yeah, there is the grand entrance, taking a fair bit of damage from Roller.
He's about a level and a half up, but 2 levels up technically.
Oh, that's ridiculous. As Emperor's Divide going to be used here as Chovy gonna have to bounce his way out. Does get a big old shield as Delight catches up to him. Kanavi is running real fast. Oh, wind barely becomes lightning as now, yes. Chovy actually unbinds the soul, looks for the knock up onto Zekka, doesn't find it. But like you were saying, yes, they can start Baron.
Like, that's you gonna send 3 people to kill Chovy when this Yunara with IEs on the other side? I don't think so.
Well, Zeus is going to have to bring Canyon out of the pit, and he does so, and now the rest of Gen G needs to zone Gumayushi. However, Canyon just gets back, smites the Baron, and that is going to be secured. Now Delight looking for an angle to get himself in, as Ruler bounces his way out. Pop Blossom connects onto Gumayushi, and he has to get himself out of there. Zekka gets into the fight as Ruler flashes out of the way, dashes to avoid getting knocked up by Delight, and down will go the Rakan. Canyon's getting chased down by Zeus and Gumayushi, but he just Vault breaks his way out of there. How do they kill one? As Zeus looking to just walk up, and they have to because this Baron's going down lower and lower. There's the quickness, but Delight is just stopped in his tracks, just shot down here by Ruler as the Crescent Guard does nothing. Chovy finds the ulti, and the flash in once again to take down Gumayushi. No one is dead on the side of Gen G, and it is just...
It's just really awesome to watch. Now they're going to do the same thing here on this dragon.
Yeah, Quadra, Cloud Souls. Kanavi goes in. Okay, looking for a little bit of an angle. There's a Pop Blossom, picks up 3 of them. The Yunara is down. Let's see whether Gen G will have the damage. And Gumayushi will be taken out. It's a double kill for the Auroras. Chovy will be wiped out, but Kiin's at full health. Can he get the rest of them? It looks like he might be. As there's the Quadra, and it's only Zeus left standing. And I don't think he's making it out. Pentakill for He throws out though and hits is just trillions of damage. It is revolting. Yeah, I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at him because he's so much of the team's DPS.
And then Kanavi's like, okay, wait, can I do something? He avoids that weirding, which was massive. It gave him the opportunity to potentially look for the smite. Unable to get it. Kiin calls for the penta.
And he got nervous, that's why he missed at least one smell. So Kiin was absolutely fine. There's the snapback between worlds once again for Mr. Pentakill Man here, as they will be able to take.
Pesky wall there.
Yeah, exactly. It's so frustrating. Well, Kiin lost more health than he did in the last team fight as Pop lost him. He flashes for it, finds 3, and there is a gorgeous snare as well. Kiin still doing so much damage, but now everyone is involved. They tried to kill Ruler. It didn't work this time around. That's another clean ace, and Gen.G will mop up these turrets and send us to a game number 2. And my goodness, it was a decent early start there for HLE, and then it just wasn't good at all.
But that's